Hey, it's Jonathan. Thanks for joining me today. Hope this video finds you in good fortune. If you like to buy the bottom, sell the top, make money in the middle, make sure you give me a like, subscribe, check out all my different platforms, and go there and give me a like and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it. So today I want to talk about building your own cryptocurrency, right? And this is a great opportunity. Well, you might even ask yourself, well, why would I want to build my own cryptocurrency? Um, the whole thing about crypto, what it's doing, the consequences of the cryptocurrency is it's unlocking value. If you've watched the channel at all, you've heard me say 50 times, cryptocurrency is turning us into the new bank. Um, we're going to have power over our own currency. If good people become involved, it can be real bad. But if good people become involved, if good people are involved, what it's going to do is it's going to mean freedom, where we're our own bank, where the profit that's made from transacting money, the profit is rolled back to us. Normally, as when transactions are made, the bank ends up with the profit from the transactions from from transferring the money around. Well, cryptocurrency is opening that up to transfer back to us. But how cryptocurrency is unlocking value is you're going to be able to capitalize on yourself. These different social platforms, the reason that they've made so much money is because they've capitalized on our data, right? Well, cryptocurrency is a way that we're going to be able to capitalize on our own data. It's going to lock our data to ourselves, and if it's done right, like I said, look, it can either be the best thing to humanity, or it can be the worst thing to humanity. It's either going to lock you down, or it's going to lock you down either way. It's going to allow somebody else to lock you down, or it's going to allow you to lock yourself down and then unlock your own value. All right. So, um, it, you know, it, you're going and also you're going to be able to invest in other people's value. Um, when people hold a crypto, you can find somebody that's just starting out, an artist, a musician, something like that. You're going to be able to invest in them in an easy, tangible way. This is how it's going to allow them to unlock their value by making it so that you'll be able to invest in them when you see potential in somebody. So this is like both sides of it, where they'll be able to capitalize on their value, and you'll be able to capitalize on finding them early and investing in them early. It's just going to open up a whole new it's going to open up a whole new world, but it's going to allow you to unlock your own value. Okay, so that being said, that's why you would want to know how to make cryptocurrency. Okay, um, I want to talk about the Plutus Pioneer program. This is coming up. This basically the third class. This is just a page I'll link down in the description. It tells you, what is the Plutus Pioneer program. It's a program to recruit, train, develop developers in Plutus for Cardano ecosystem. When you join the program, you'll become part of the group with access to a set of course and a course that teaches you the core principles of how to code in both Haskell and Plutus. Okay, so basically this is just a class telling you about how to code. Look, I found that nothing is, don't everything is the man behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz, right? And that nothing's really that hard. What it takes application. If you apply yourself, you do it. Okay? If you apply yourself, you do it. All right, so there's no excuses. A lot of times we approach stuff and we're like, oh, it's the Great Oz, and the smoke and all this mess. If you've ever seen Wizard of Oz, actually no, it's a little man behind the curtain. And I just encourage you to at least try stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to succeed, right? But I encourage you to at least try stuff. You never know what you might succeed at, right? Might be really talented at. Okay, it talks about prior experience here. It helps if you have some programming and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if they're accepting everybody um, to this. I've programmed a little bit. I've taught myself a little bit of stuff, built some websites, built a couple small programs and things, just tinkering around. I applied for this. We'll see if they let me in or not. Right? Are they gonna let me in? Anyway, but so we'll see what happens. But I've applied for this. This is something I'm interested in. And anyway, so if you have some training, then that's good. You can apply here at the bottom. It talks about what you can expect to learn, functions and data types. If you've done any programming, then um, what functions and data types are. Functions uh, basically run stuff, right? You can plug variables into them, stuff like that, and they run stuff. So I talk about type classing. So you have like maybe I explain some of this. Like a function of 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 a class would be um, a class might be an animal, right? Okay, so you got an animal, and a function of that animal might be uh, speak. So you could call cat would speak meow, and cow would speak moo. Okay, so you'd have a type animal, and then you'd have different functions that those animals did. Okay, all right. Um, Monads. I guess this is how you. Monads is a mathematical principle. This is like this is like maybe actually this is actually like maybe you'd have a program that you ran, and maybe it could return maybe. Okay, it's like you don't have to have necessarily true or false. It kind of is like a boolean, like a true or false thing, but it also could be. It's also like a maybe. All right, so it's very interesting principle. Um, Templates using the Plutus playground. This is the stuff that you can expect to learn. It's not a extensive. It's not a. This isn't a great deal of stuff. The course is a couple weeks, I believe. It's going to start in I think second week of January. So, like I said, and this is the third iteration of it. So it's just started up. But the Plutus Playground is an area where you can test your code, and this is actually kind of like a high level area where you can actually build cryptocurrencies. I mean, it's all set up. It's like a compiler with a bunch of pre-compiled. You got functions, you got classes that you can put in there, and almost drag and drop type kind of deal, right? So this is a high level playground that you can just get in there and mess around. Links up to a blockchain, and you've got the whole simulation and everything. So where you can build smart contracts. Let's see the extended UTXO model. Um, this talks about this is kind of like the some of the framework of this is the framework of Cardano. UTXO is it refers to Bitcoin. It's kind of like how Bitcoin is built. Um, and then Ethereum would be kind of more like a more, how would I say this, like more like a logical type deal, like yes, no, and all this kind of stuff. Well, the extended UTX is kind of like this is not yes, no, but uh, Ethereum has smart contracts. This doesn't allow UTX. It doesn't allow for smart contracts. UTX is basically it's this Cardano is a UTXO platform with the ability to run smart contracts on. Okay, so this it allows functionality to the extended version allows functionality to the blockchain. Okay, let's see, working with Plutus, chain, minting policies, state machines. If you've done any program, you know what some of this stuff is. So the framework. Anyway, I just encourage you to hop in, learn what you can. I signed up, and they sent me a link to the Discord. I hopped in the Discord, and the first thing I saw was the people from first year, and they were talking about coming back and taking the class again. And, and if you know a little bit of programming, if they'll let you in, hey, if they'll let me in, it's something that, I always have something playing in the background of my house. In fact, a lot of times I'll have, while I sleep at night, I'll just put something on and just play it. And when I wake up in the morning, for some reason, it's like I've just acquired some knowledge. Now, I might not be able to put my finger on that knowledge, but after I do it day after day after day, or just leave it playing in the background, it's amazing how much you will pick up, because what it's like almost like you're not learning the information, but you are, and as you're listening to it while you're awake, it's like you almost know what they're going to say before they say it, and it's because you've heard it, and you've heard it while you're sleeping, right? So that's what some things that I do. I'll leave stuff playing, and I just like kind of like you know the information, and it's because you do, even though you didn't really learn it. It's like you already know the information. It starts clicking, right? So even in the daytime, I'll have stuff playing in the background while I'm working. Anytime I can, I'll have something playing that I want to learn, and and even if I'm not, it's like I'm not listening to it, right? But it's still there. It's getting inside, right? Okay, so it's just just one of the ways that I learn. Um, when does the course start? It's going to start, I think, it's going to start in the second week of January, is what I heard. So this is coming up. Uh, how do you register? You want to register right here in this. I'll link this article here. Uh, so just come in here and put your name, your email. They'll ask you some questions. At the end, you'll get a certificate in the form of a um, like a raw smart contract, kind of like a raw NFT, and you're going to prove your qualifications. You're going to demonstrate your qualifications by constructing appropriate transaction to unlock uh, the individual token on the blockchain. Okay, so that's going to be kind of your little test at the end, and that's your certificate as well. So anyway, if you're interested at all, I encourage you to hop in there. And what I was talking about learning though is the first thing that I saw was all the people that were first year talking about coming back and going back through the class, right? So, if you make a pass on it, and you just pick stuff up, right? Get on YouTube, watch YouTube videos, listen to them in the background, and make a run through the class. I see the first years talking about coming back and helping the second or helping the third years. We got first and second year, not years. What am I talking about? First and second classes coming back and helping the third class. So, I encourage you to get on here, make a pass through it. The more you make through it, in fact, when you teach somebody else, you learn. So it's one of the keys to it's one of the keys to actually learning is you have to always be teaching somebody else. At least in my experience, it's like every time I start teaching somebody else, then it just starts clicking for me. So, okay, well, you all are beautiful, and I'll see you next time.